Hey everyone, welcome to your Universe Z, the place where we talk all about the Dragon Ball universe. Today we are going to go through the God of Destruction before Beerus, and if you would like to see more Dragon Ball content, please leave your like and subscribe to join our Universe Z. In Dragon Ball Super we discovered the existence of a huge amount of new beings, characters, and universes. The noteworthy animation, but also a greater depth in the story, with a new fighting arc that all fans enjoy. The series proved to be able to still exceed our expectations in matters of plot and fighting. And this also applies to the concept of gods of destruction, being introduced to us and developed to this day in the Dragon Ball manga. But after all, what do we know about them? How does the gods of destruction system work? Are they elected? There a god of destruction before Beerus. Who was he? Let's try to talk about all this in today's video. The gods of destruction, also called destroyers in the Funimation dub, are very powerful deities who destroy planets, races, or threats that endanger the development of their respective universes, unlike the Supreme Kais, the gods of creation, who create and fill planets with life in order to maintain the balance of the universe. Along with the KOs, they rule and oversee the previously 18, now 12 universes, with each universe having its own destroyer. Unlike the angels and Supreme Kais, with whom they work alongside, and who are all members of the same species respectively, both being naturally divine, the gods of destruction vary widely in species, with none sharing the same species except Beerus and Kampa, who are twins, and are mortal individuals who became divine from naturally mortal species. Originally, there was a god of destruction for each of the 18 universes then in existence until Zeno destroyed 6 of them, leaving only 12 at the time of his introduction in Dragon Ball Super. Since every millennium, the KOs and the gods of destruction go to each other's realms and hold a coordination meeting. On some occasions, the gods may also come together to deal with threats to the existence or stability of their universe or universes. Gods of destruction, being significantly stronger than the KOs by nature, are generally more capable of dealing with universal threats than the KOs themselves. However, they seem under no obligation to heed the commands of KOs and therefore tend to be capricious about which threats to eliminate. Despite their almost absolute authority, even the gods of destruction have restrictions. They are not allowed to time travel or allow anyone else to do so, although Whis can transport Beerus back in time to the time nest, where Kranoa resides, if he wishes to speak with her or at her request, as shown in the Xenoverse series. They are also forbidden to fight each other unless requested or authorized in a safe area, as they can easily destroy their universes if they do. In fact, if a god of destruction violates these restrictions or is not doing his job to the best of his ability, Zeno has the authority to remove or even erase him from the position and appoint a new destroyer to replace him. Despite their immense power and longevity, the gods of destruction are known to be capable of dying. Because of this, your angel attendant will seek out and train possible replacements. Candidates need not be of a divine race, as mortals are selected as candidates if they possess adequate power. The only known candidate for God of Destruction so far is Top from Universe 11, although previously, Jiren was chosen but declined the offer. Goku and Vegeta from Universe 7 were both offered by Whis, but declined the offer because they simply wanted to become stronger on their own. Candidates, once chosen and accepted, can assume the power of destruction with the training of an angel to control their power and divine ki. Also, in the Xenoverse series, Whis seeks to train time patrollers primarily in hopes of finding potential candidates to replace Beerus, although the Time Supreme Kai attacks him for trying to hunt down time patrol personnel when he asks the future warrior if they would like to be the next god of destruction. Presumably this practice is frowned upon by Kranoa and Elder KO, although they still allow Whis to work as an instructor at the Time Patroller Academy. During a new parallel mission, Whis secretly enlists the help of the Time Patrol to help him look for potential candidates to replace Beerus in the distant future, as Whis notes that Beerus must remain a god of destruction for some time, though he finds it preferable to have a prospective candidate, presumably due to the amount of training involved in preparing a mortal to acquire the divine power of a destroyer. Of the many gods in the multiverse, Beerus is one of the most feared. He is feared by the KO, Supreme Kai, King Cold, Frieza, Cooler, King Vegeta, and his son Vegeta, and even Shenlong himself. The god of destruction, he is charged with maintaining balance in the universe. Beerus is the god of destruction of Universe 7, and his administrative zone includes the planet Earth. Sleeps for several years to several decades at a time, and destroys planets in his administrative zone during the few years he is awake. This is because the destruction is necessary to create new planets, but he does not act on the orders of the Supreme Kai, nor does he try to coordinate his actions with them. The god destroys according to his own judgment. Also, being quite capricious, Beerus destroys even important planets, without a second thought. When he finds it uncomfortable, he lets someone else act as an agent of destruction. While he is awake, tense days for the Supreme Kai continue, as no one knows how many planets will be sacrificed, but he has existed for at least 75 million years, hundreds of millions of years by the anime. Was Beerus born a god? Well, as it turns out, no. Apparently, as we saw earlier, Gods are just beings who are given the title once they are ready for it. While Ko and Kaioshin are born as gods, Beerus and the others just earn this title for themselves. This would make sense when we remember the conversation of Whis offering Goku the job in Battle of Gods, where Whis jokes that when Beerus dies, he could be the next god of destruction. And then Beerus retorts, still jokingly asking if he really wants to replace him by inquiring of Goku the reason for him trying to get stronger by going through all this training trouble. We also know that Whis was and is Beerus' martial arts teacher, acting as the angel who will stand by his side as an advisor and to support him. We also know that divine ki is not restricted to a single race, so it seems that God of Destruction is nothing more than simply the title of a job, and Beerus has trained and worked hard to get where he is and achieve this rank. Said, and considering that we don't yet possess the background history of Beerus' past before he became a god of destruction, what possibilities can we arrive at? Well, the clearest of all is that since Beerus just became a god, he naturally needed to go through a number of things before becoming one, which indicates that before him there must have been someone else who was in his position, perhaps having died or passed this position on to him years later. Who could it be? We know that an interesting case is that of Beerus and Kampa, who are twins who were scaled to different universes and became gods of destruction. It's quite interesting because it would imply that the person could become a god of any universe they wanted, not being stuck with the one of their origin, for example. More than this, there is no special race for gods, nor are they passed down through generations of family, which indicates that it can be anyone with the talent and power to do so. Also, the sense of responsibility and attitude is quite free, so anyone with any ideal who is doing their job of destroying planets to maintain balance from time to time could do it. Question is, who could have been Beerus' predecessor? Well, we must remember that since Beerus lived for so many years, and those years are certainly as god of destruction, it is not someone we know. Possibly, it is someone who may or may not be alive today, but possibly is not. Could be a being of a race we've never seen before, or someone of naturally incredible race and abilities, which would further imply the idea of Beerus needing to work so hard to learn the techniques and skills from Whis in order to stay in line. There is a chance that the former god was more powerful than Beerus, and so he had a margin to reach in his power, having trained for it to reach at least half the ability that the former god might have had. Only Whis and other angels involved with Universe 7 could answer that question. But will we ever see this character on screen? What do you think he could be like? Leave in the comments your opinion. That's it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for videos, don't forget to comment here below, because I'll be reading all of them as I always do. So don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your Universe Z.